Yo, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Zaytoven, and you're tuned in right now to Hotnewhiphop. The way I try to ensure I'm gonna get the best verse from these guys is me pulling up on them at the studio. You know, put that different pressure on them, like, okay, hold on, I'm right here. So, you know, make me proud, make me be like, ooh, you just went hard. So I did that with 90% of the songs on the album.
Not too much of the email back and forth.
No, only email. I'm trying. Who did I email that I couldn't get to? Kodak Black. I couldn't get with him at the time. Other than that, I think I pulled up on everybody else. Yeah, I pulled right up on them. Yeah, I make the call and they be like, man, pull up to the studio, and there it is. No, not really. Cause most of the time when I put features on, let's say Wake Up and Cook Up with 2 Chainz and Quavo. I went to the studio and got the song done with Quavo. Then I'm thinking like, who's gonna sound good on this song right here? So I'll take it to 2 Chainz. But of course Quavo, he's already comfortable with what he's done. Same song, same way with Yo Gotti. It was, the first person I put on there felt like they going so hard that I know for a fact they won't have to redo their verse. You know what I mean? It just put pressure on whoever else I'm finna put on the song. It set the bar, yeah. This is, let me see, my mama's basement. This is when we first started, so you gotta think this is about 2001, 2002. It started off, I started getting more studio equipment as I made more money. So at first I had like a PC computer, an MPC 2000 drum machine, and a Korg Triton. And that was just how I was making, I'm making my beats and we record into the computer. And after So Icy, you know what I mean, I made a little bit more money, so I got me a big control board, got a newer drum machine, newer keyboard, a few sound modules, and it just kept growing from there. But the special thing about the basement was every artist in Atlanta would come to my mom's basement. Of course, Gucci would be there every day, all day, but we make phone calls. Juice, won't you come over? Rocco, won't you come through? Yo Gotti, won't you come through? Futures, come through. We over here recording. Scooter, come. You know what I mean? And it turned into just the recording hangout. The most memorable records. Matter of fact, it's the most memorable day. The song "Make the Trap Say A" with OJ the Juice Man and Gucci was made this day. But also that same day, Bricks was made. The song called "Ridiculous" with Gucci and Yo Gotti. There was just a lot of strong songs that came out that same day. I think that's just the way of the world right now. Technology is running everything, and what it does, it creates opportunity for people that that normally probably weren't gonna make beats or whatever. They can do it now because you don't have to know how to play a keyboard or piano or whatever. I encourage up and coming producers to learn how to try to have some type of musician skills, but I think the technology opened up the door for everybody to come in and learn how to produce. When I first met Gucci, he was super street. He didn't come in to try to record for himself. He came in trying to record for his nephew. He was writing songs for his nephew. It ended up turning out to be me and Gucci had just a real good, strong working relationship, and we recording songs every day. I thought he was the dopest rapper in the world. And he thought I was the dopest producer in the world. So we just making songs really just to please each other all the time. So when he say if it wasn't for Zaytoven, it wouldn't be no Gucci Man. Not Gucci Man the rapper, probably Gucci Man the robber. It's for the simple fact that I was one of the guys that he could call on at any given time for whatever it is he needed, especially when it came to music. He might call me at 4 o'clock in the morning. I live in my parents' house, and he called and blowing my phone like, I need to record, I need to come in, I need to record. I'm going to sneak him through the back door and make sure we get this music recorded. You know what I mean? Because that's just how I felt about Gucci Man. So, and now that he's one of the biggest stars in the world, those days and those times that we had back then contribute to him being who he is today. So I think that's the reason why he said that. Well, I don't know why. I've been reading my feeds, and it's I think it definitely got translated wrong because I definitely didn't set a date for Beast Mode 2. There's so many other projects that's going on that I didn't even want to start making fans feel like, oh, Beast Mode 2 finna come out right now. So I don't know. Maybe they got that kind of twist up. The music is there. It's just the timing on when it's being released is, It's definitely like how the first one was, but it just, you know, it's 2018. It's brand new. It got, you know, new feels to it, but it's still a work of art where it's like, okay, this is gonna be looked at as in, okay, I gotta have this. This is just like a piece of art that I got to have. I just done a collaborating project with the artist Lecrae. So this is something real dope. This is something special to me because of the message that Lecrae puts out and the type of person that I am and what I believe in. I think this is one of the most special projects that's coming out this year. Yeah, I mean, you see the picture. I was with Jay-Z. That's another thing. You know, a lot of people, they take the picture and anytime they ask me about Jay-Z, and I'll be like, well, I don't know when it's, you know, coming out or whatever. What's up with it? People like, well, it's set to come out soon, Zaytoven. So I really can't say, you know, when with the Jay-Z music. It was all in Atlanta. Most of these rappers, you know, if they don't live in Atlanta, they come to Atlanta all the time. I got with Pusha T in Atlanta. You know, Yo Gotti, I got with him in Atlanta. You know, the rest of the guys are mostly from Atlanta, so, you know, it was easy, you know, to really push up on them in Atlanta. Well, believe it or not, I was pretty much doing the same thing before. Like a lot of these artists, I mean, even take with Gucci, like this is my right-hand man. A lot of times I might make a beat and like, ooh, you ought to say something, or you ought to talk about this, or you ought to say something like this. And then we both thinking like, who can we put on it, or who should we think should, you know, put on this song? Bet, let me call such and such and get them on here. So it's like I kind of was, you know, doing this before. It's just now that it's for my project, so I really have the full say-so. I mean, I look at it as in, we all are different people. We all have different purposes. We all have lived different type of lifestyles. All of our, you know, a lot of times people that I work with, their background is different. You know, they mom and daddy might not been in the picture like how mine was. Some, you know, some of their parents might have taught them something different. So when it comes to somebody telling their story or the way they want to present their story or their art form, I have no issue with that. I make music. I create a soundtrack. These guys paint the picture, whatever it is. If they talking about robbing, if they talking about selling dope, whatever it is, that's their lifestyle. That's what they, you know, that's what they've been through. That's their testimony. So I never try to, you know, tell somebody like, no, you can't talk about that or this and that. All I try to do is keep my character, you know, the way it is when I'm with all these different people. So they can, you know, they can look at me and then say, okay, well, this is how Zaytoven is, and this is how, you know, this is what I rap about, but I might not want to be like this. I might not want to talk about this, you know what I mean, for the rest of my life. Not sure. But I never let, you know, somebody else influence me. I always try to be an influence on somebody else. Let's take Gucci Mane, for instance. Like, Gucci Mane is a guy, like we say, started off, he was robbing, doing whatever, really in the streets. Look at him now. This is a guy that, you know, the biggest 360 store that hip-hop have ever seen in their life. Yeah. And I think, you know, that could be due to, Zaytoven is his right-hand man. Zaytoven is a whole nother different type of person, a whole different character. So Uzi was a special song for me for the project because I mainly was doing this music to impress my son. You know, my son is 12, so they listen to all just the new young guys. And he used to tell me, like, Daddy, you got to work with, you know, Uzi. I can't be cool to him unless I'm working with the artist that he listened to. So I remember meeting Uzi one time in the mall, and I looked at him like, oh, snap, you the guy that my son is talking about. Let's take a picture. And we started talking about music, and he was like, man, I'm going to the studio now, so, you know, if you ain't doing nothing, pull up on me. I pulled up on him. This is really just to impress my son almost. Like, yeah, I'm working with Lil Uzi. You know what I mean? So I went to the studio with Uzi, and it was instant. Like, as soon as I started pulling beats up, he started going in the mic booth. Hey, pull that up. Let me do a song to this. That's when we did Sideline Watching. We did Money Mitch. We did Buy It. You know, we just started doing a lot of records. Then 2 Month Sauce came about. 2 Month Sauce was a hit. So now, once 2 Month Sauce is a hit, and there's no way I can come out with a album and not have Lil Uzi on my album. And what I respect about him so much is as soon as I called him, he said, oh, but I'm in the middle of doing all this, but I'm finna stop everything. Come up to the studio. Let's do this song you need for your album. And he showed out on it. So.